Welcome back, boss.
Talk. Where are your friends? Where are the others?
Thanks for that, boss.
Give us a development order, boss.
Boss, thank you for making me a diamond dog. I look forward to serving under you.
Roger.
Weather surveillance indicates turbulence out there. Try not to get knocked out of the sky.
Got it. Quiet.
Where does she think she's going?
You want to head out with the boss?
That'll be the day.
I don't see a problem with it, so long as she's with you. She's a crack shot, damn fine scout. Well suited for a clandestine op. Which is more than I can say for the others.
There's nothing damn fine about this... thing.
Here.
Hey.
Blades.
Wait a minute, that thing costs a lot of money.
Can see each individual blade. And a depth perception.
You want in?
This is ridiculous. She doesn't talk. How could you possibly stay in communication?
Right. I like working solo anyway.
Quiet first came here, she demonstrated her marksmanship against that enemy fighter plane. It showed she was much more than your everyday crack shot. Hitting a moving target from 600 meters is a challenge, but it's possible with the right training and equipment. But shooting down that missile, that's a world apart from taking out a soldier on patrol. The chopper and the missile were in motion, meaning different vectors at high velocity in three-dimensional space, and she shot an unguided bullet that had to fight air resistance and gravity. All that while the chopper was taking evasive maneuvers. Some of the best target leading I've ever known. She has a superhuman sense of spatial awareness. You put her in a fighter jet, and she'd be an ace right off the bat. Hell, your judgment was top class too. Realizing she could take out that pilot, that's quick thinking. You and Quiet could make a hell of a team. You'd be damn near unstoppable. Quiet is still in her cell. Only a few staff are authorized to go near her. She hasn't tried anything funny, but that's what bothers me most.
In particular?
What does she have to gain by coming to Mother Base? I first thought she was under orders from Cypher to take you out. She didn't manage it in Afghanistan, so round 2 happens here. So I lighten the guard. And that lock on her door is a joke.
You gave her an opening. And?
Well, she hasn't killed you yet. And I hate to say it, but she's had plenty of chances.
You made me the bait.
Poisonous bait. What better? Anyway, she didn't bite. Quiet is keeping her silence. So I'm left with no idea again what she's doing here.
We tried communicating with her through writing. That didn't work either.
Whether she's illiterate, dyslexic, or just plain stubborn, she won't cooperate. I just don't get it. If she tried to contact the outside, it'd be picked up by our counterintelligence net, but it's clean. There's no sign she's had contact with the staff, the base facilities, nothing. She's almost got the men wanting her to try something, just to find out what she's up to. And she's in there putting on the failed soldier look, all downcast eyes and defeated sighs. But she doesn't kill herself. She can't be trying to leave Cypher and surrender to us.
So what's the verdict?
This may sound optimistic, but here's how I see it. Quiet came here to fulfill some objective. To kill you, maybe to destroy Diamond Dogs. Whatever it was, before she could do it, something changed her mind. Yes. When I look at her, I sense hesitation.
You think she'd betray Cypher?
Can't say for sure. I prefer the ones that talk. Anyway, we'll keep her under watch. And we're also looking into those special abilities of hers. You'll be the first to know if something comes up. Why not look in on her yourself once in a while?
Right.
Boss, Quiet still hasn't made any moves. It's got me thinking.
What?
If you took her on a mission, she might break her silence.
You want to let her out?
Sure. Make her no different to the others. Everyone you pick up works for themselves, right?
But her...
I say work with her. See what happens. I wouldn't ask this of anyone but you. On missions, I'll make sure we have someone observing from a distance, and she won't be allowed access to all of the base. As for Miller, well, sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. The best part is, hiding is her specialty. If no one sees her leave the base, the staff will be none the wiser.
And if she gets away?
If that happens, you'll have to take care of her. But I have faith in you, boss. I think Quiet sees something in you.
It's a big risk.
But it's for the good of all of us. And besides, you can't deny her talent. Her unique skills and abilities would give you a hell of an edge out there.
I'll think it over.
How long are we gonna keep that woman here?
You mean Quiet?
My personal feelings aside, she's putting everybody on edge. You should hear the stories. I got sick from just standing guard at her cell. I won't stand on the same platform as that witch. She hit me for no reason.
What is this, a private army or a kindergarten?
The thing is, they're all serious. They're faced with something they don't understand, and a kind of mass hysteria has broken out. I've gotten wind of countless plots to take her out.
There are no grounds for this suspicion whatsoever. Put yourself in her shoes, assuming they see her as a prisoner here. No, even more so, if they do, she deserves to be treated humanely.
I always thought our men were a bit more noble-minded, but... Look, I understand this is a stressful line of work, but to make her the scapegoat...
You've got it wrong. Quiet? She's with Cypher. We have men that lost their buddies to her organization.
You could say that about more than just her. Plenty of the men used to fight for another side, but they've all put that aside to work for the boss.
Cypher is different. And if you ask me, the boss is the biggest problem. Why is he protecting her? Some of the guys are starting to suspect him of... I don't agree with keeping her here either.
So what's your move? Throw her out? Kill her? She's our ticket to Cypher, and her physical abilities are outstanding. We could use someone like her.
That'll make me sick.
Her marksmanship, speed, stealth capabilities for a start. Then, there are the other things we've learned. Quiet appears to be able to use both eyes as master eyes simultaneously. That lets her track targets of different focal lengths at once. While looking through the scope with one eye, she can look for new targets with the other. That's why she doesn't need a spotter. She can operate alone, no matter the circumstances.
See, I told you she's a freak. No one would be able to control her.
No, there's one person who could.
Hey, you trying to get the boss killed?
Well, why don't we talk to him? See if he's willing to take her along.
I don't like this.
It's his decision to make. The two of them might even make a good team.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown. They're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We've used info from the intel unit to predict the interpreter's location. It's on your iDroid. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him.
If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention. That's not the target. Orders are only the Viscount gets rescued. Can't understand why he'd receive special treatment, but I don't imagine it'll be a problem to save the other prisoners too. CFA are all business. Hard to believe they're interrogating their own. Situation must be worse than we thought. Make a wrong move, and they could kill the target without warning. Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. Don't extract the interpreter just yet. If he doesn't turn up, they won't be able to do the interrogation.
That prisoner you extracted wasn't the target, but we did get some information. Seems the prisoners aren't held together, and the cells and interrogation rooms are separate places.
Stop! Was de kans.
This is your last chance.
Die MPLA se olieveldregter. Waar het die inligting vandaan gekom?
The MPLA's oilfield rights. Where did you get this information?
I only know it was an anonymous source.
Dit was 'n anonieme bron.
Moenie van 'n poep opvat nie.
You're not fooling anybody.
Ask any of the others. Nobody knows anything.
Ek sê jy moet die ander probeer vra.
O, julle het saam 'n storie opgemaak. Dit is hoekom jy nie die Britte kan vertrou nie. Weet jy hoeveel Afrikaners sit onder die hele gelei tydens die Boereoorlog?
You made up a story with the others. You British are all liars. You know how much the Afrikaners suffered because of you in the Boer War.
That wasn't me.
Hy sê dit was nie hy nie.
Maar dit was julle wat ons verraai het.
But it was you that betrayed us.
It wasn't me. It was the Viscount.
Genoeg! As jy niks weet nie, is ons seker klaar nie.
So, our rescue target was behind some kind of plot.
Boss, I did some digging, and it seems the target himself gave us this mission through a representative. Obviously, he couldn't contact us directly due to his predicament, but still, something about this Viscount doesn't add up.
Sit!
It's better
out.
Ek verstaan nie. Ek verstaan nie.
That prisoner wasn't the target either. We got some more information, though. They're going to interrogate the target at night. Target or not. Hurry up and ID the target. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him. Attention. Target's location is unknown. They're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. Be careful not to draw the enemy's attention. Has been killed. We don't know if it was a target or not. Hurry up and ID the target. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him. Be careful not to draw the enemy's attention. Boss, one of the prisoners has been killed. We don't know if it was a target or not. Hurry up and ID the target. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him. use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
It's open!
This most recent prisoner wasn't the target either, but we did learn the target's field of movement.
Zeker de Stelth 3, contact ernstig. We gaan onderzoek instellen. Over. De CFDF begrijp. Wees op je hoera. Uit.
With that panic going on, they could decide to kill the target. Hurry. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him. Be careful not to draw the enemy's attention. This most recent prisoner wasn't the target either, but we did learn the target's field of movement. This is a list of prisoner detainment locations.
Don't forget to check indoors. There may be clues regarding the target's whereabouts.
Dit is routine. Tekens van vijandige activiteit. Verskerp sekuriteit. Oor.
Dit is CP, begryp. Moenie sekuriteit verslaaf nie. Uit.
The interpreter will be present for the rescue target's interrogation. He's a CFA Mark II, but he serves as a language specialist. His job is English Afrikaans simultaneous interpreting. Tail him to find out where they're keeping the target.
What are you doing? If the interpreter doesn't show up, they won't be able to interrogate anyone. Then they'll just kill the target.
Dit is CP. Ons het instructie op die prisonier. Maak ons slaaf van die prisonier soos per handleiding. Herhaal. Maak ons slaaf van die prisonier. Oor.
If you run into trouble, give us a call. We may be able to offer some advice.
CP is routine. Tekens van vijandige activiteit. Verskerp sekuriteit. Oor.
Dit is CP, begryp. Bespied die omgewing. Uit.
Delta 2. Masselbewusstelling is 'n lid opgespoor. Oor.
Dit is CP, begryp. Alle eenhede, wees paraat. Uit.
Take a good look at their faces so we can... That looks like the target.
Somebody. Thank you.
Target extraction confirmed. Get yourself out of the hot zone. By chopper or by land. It's your choice.
We can sure use that interpreter, too. Think you can extract him?
extracted. All you need to do now is exfiltrate the hot zone.
Talk. Where are your friends?
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss. Boss, one of the other British prisoners filled us in about the Viscount. It turns out he's a real two-faced son of a bitch. He was planning to secure the MPLA's oil field rights for himself in exchange for swapping the CFA's alliance from the anti-government United rebels to the state-backed MPLA. He hid this from the Afrikaners, but once he thought the jig was up, he tried to pin it on the other British personnel and take off. The Afrikaners captured him, and that was when he asked us to rescue him, and only him. I'll throw him in the brig for now, but we may have to be extra persuasive with this one. By the way, boss, we got some interesting news out of our friend the Viscount. He mentioned that more than a few PFs in the region have purchased walker gears. The CFA's the same. That's Soviet Army technology, and it's still a prototype. Only Cypher could be leaking it to the PFs. But the question is, why? To come in is connected to the walker gears. This could be our chance to close in on Cypher. Take a look at your mission list. Boss, I need to talk to you about this. Whenever's fine. Thanks.
How about expanding the base, huh, boss? Boss, those animals owe you their lives. Thank you. Boss!
She, refuses to wear clothes. The last staff member who tried to dress her, breathing through tubes. Other than that, she's completely cooperative. She understands English. She never speaks, sweats, or breathes.
What?
Well, not with lungs, at least. She breathes through her skin. Clothing would suffocate her. Showers are okay, but she can't be submerged.
What's wrong with her?
She's drinking with her skin.
She's okay?
She's okay. She just can't move when she's taking in water. Look. See that? She hasn't eaten a thing since she got here.
She doesn't eat either?
Never. It's photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. That's the verdict from the medical staff?
No, the jury's still out. It's the only explanation for what we've seen. The GRU had a man with that ability in its Cobra unit. Now, we don't think she's contagious, but some of the staff can't stomach her. It's starting to affect morale.
Can't you send her on a mission?
By herself? No. But as you know, she does have skill. Why not take her out on one of your missions? She seems to like you. Of course, only if you think she'll be useful. Next time you go out, you keep her in mind.
That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance training. Lolly-loo-lay-lo. Lolly-loo-lay-lo. Kamanishi no Suchi. Kino no Bebashi. Takiyama. Ugui Sunomori. 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 5. That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance training. Lolly-loo-lay-lo.
Hallelujah. 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 equals...
Boss, if you need combat support, just let us know.
Boss.
Good dog.
Boss! Train with me, boss.
Snake, do you remember Amanda?
Yeah, I do.
Their revolution was a success. Somoza resigned. Nicaragua has a new government. Amanda's really working hard for her country to be reborn.
Good for them.
She says she wishes Chico could be there.
That revolution was the dream. For Amanda, for Chico, and their father.
That chopper was no place for Chico to die. I'd like to at least think history will remember his part in the revolution.
When you pick up a gun, there's always a chance you'll die for nothing. He knew that as well as the rest. Now that he's gone, it's up to the rest of us to decide what it was all worth. If we don't, there's nothing to prove that Chico ever lived at all. We're his mark on the world.
Amanda told us that Strangelove contacted her after the revolutionaries came to power in Nicaragua. Strangelove, the AI researcher from Mother Base?
I remember her.
We'd lost touch with her, till Amanda heard from her out of the blue. She told Amanda she wanted to salvage Peace Walker's drive parts, or something from the bottom of Lake Nicaragua. Amanda passed the request on to her friends in the new administration. She's a national hero now, after all. So Strangelove got a Soviet military aircraft to transport something to somewhere. But apparently the cargo wasn't big enough to have been Peace Walker itself.
So what was it?
Who knows? We recovered Peace Walker's nuclear warhead ourselves 9 years ago. What could Strangelove have been after? Amanda said she didn't mention what her reason was or where she was headed. Nicaragua is a socialist state now. And with Amanda vouching for her, the government didn't feel the need to concern itself with the details. All Strangelove told Amanda was that she was going to continue her research, and that the rest was a secret. Right before the attack, Huey was in the control tower to prepare for the inspectors. He was with them when it all went down. The control tower collapsed with the rest of its strut. His body was never recovered. But he was the one who met the inspection party when they arrived. And he was the one who showed the nuclear inspectors to the tower. You remember the way it went. First he recommends we agree to the inspection. Then he gives them the okay without our permission. All the time acting as if he was doing us a favor. On top of that, he even had the guards disarmed that day. It would send the wrong message, he said. Whatever the angle, it all leads back to Huey. I curse my own stupidity for not realizing sooner. Huey escaped with that unit by chopper. I've been hunting him for 9 long years. The other reason I was operating around Afghanistan was to dig up his location.
Huey's in Afghanistan?
Yes, and I have a good idea where. Now we just wait for the right moment. This time, we'll be the ones using him. He's going to tell us who our guests really were that used a fake nuclear inspection to blast our home into the ocean.
Roger.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Looks like you've gotten used to working with Quiet. I don't see a problem with giving her some new weapons. I've already talked it over with the R&D team. Being a scout sniper, there are 2 tasks you can give Quiet. The first is to infiltrate an outpost ahead of you and scout out the enemy's positions. The second is to send her to a sniping position and have her cover your infiltration. The kind of sniper support she'll provide will depend on the weapon you give her. Of course, this is all assuming she's willing to follow orders. contract comes from the Federation of Angola, also known as the MPLA. The PF at Ditati Abandoned Village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. This just might get us closer to the walker gear supplier, Cypher. Good luck, boss. That's a Nubian goat. It's a dairy breed whose milk is ideal for cheese production. It's also butchered for meat, but don't get any ideas. Extract him. Explosives are a good choice for destroying the one. The targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them. subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Where are your friends? He's coming too. Roger that. Extract him.
Hello? What is it? My God. Speak.
Where are your friends?
Okay.
Spit it out.
He's coming too. Okay, subject is in.
Where are the others?
You gotta extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Help me!
That's a target. Eliminate it any way you'd like. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Where are your friends?
Ik wil niet, prik niet.
Get down. Speak. Where are your friends? Speak. Where are the others? Speak. Where are your friends?
He's coming too. Roger that.
CP, dit is Lucille. Ons is goed. Maar daar is geen teken van die vijand. Hoor.
Dat is CP, begrijp. Alleen erg gewaarschuwd. Die vijand kruipt weggevers. Vind hulle. Uit.
CP, dit is jullie 4. Ons is vermiste gevangenen. Lijkt alsof we ontsnappen. Hoor.
Dat is CP, begrijp. We gaan er zo door. Zo gauw
Target destroyed. Great. No targets remaining. Your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. Roger.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequot. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by. Gaining altitude.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Departing.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional. Boss, we were right. Once you'd eliminated those walker gears, a resupply call was made from Ditati to CFA headquarters. The CFA then contacted none other than Saner. That's right, the shell company that owned Mgsv oil field. So Saner was just a front for Cypher. The resupply won't be happening just yet. But we did learn that the walker gears are transported out of Nova Braga Airport. Apparently there's a distribution network on the Savannah that links all the PF outposts. I'll have the intel team investigate this network. If Cypher is supplying PFs with walker gears, the PFs have to be offering them something in return. We follow the money trail. We might just find ourselves on Cypher's doorstep. Boss, the intel team has come back with its report following its investigation into PF logistics. Cypher has to be involved with this distribution network somehow. One thing in particular caught my eye. A convoy that regularly crosses the Savannah. On paper, it's just mined resources going to the government, but the security's much too heavy. At the very least, it's worth checking out. Take a look at the mission.
Disrupt communications between enemy outposts by destroying comms equipment. That'll prevent one post from sending reinforcements to another.
Quiet. Where are your friends?
Extract him.
Speak. Where are your friends?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. Subject is in.
Where are your friends?
You gotta extract him. Either destroy that, or turn it off to shut off all the lights and surveillance cameras in the outpost. But of course, the enemy will realize something's up. If you're gonna do it, be quick.
Мgsv, оборудование повреждено. Похоже, дело рук врага. Прием! Это КП, понял. Немедленно проверить и сдать оперативную сводку. Конец связи. Всем боевым группам, это КП. Вышел из строя целый ряд ламп. Похоже на проблемы с электроэнергией. Ближайший патруль. Проверить здесь питание.
Hands up. Spit it out. Where are the others?
Понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
out. Where are your friends?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Where are the others?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Soviet soldier. A lot of them came from Central Asia before, but lately they've been using more and more Russians. Simple, really. There's less hesitation to pull the trigger if they're not fighting their own race. Morbid cynicism, but it gets results. That's humanity for you.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
A Soviet soldier. A lot of them came from Central Asia before, but lately they've been using more and more Russians. Simple, really. There's less hesitation to pull the trigger if they're not fighting their own race. Morbid cynicism, but it gets results. That's humanity for you.
Это КП, понял. Возможно, это вражеское нападение. Всем быть начеку. Конец связи.
Spit it out. Where are the others?
Two. Roger that.
Talk. Where are your friends?
You gotta extract him.